I'm going to do something in this video that I have never done in another art video before, and that's show you the finished product first. This piece is entitled Hide and Seek. The reason I want to show you this piece before I show you the process of it is that if you watch the journey of how I made this video, the literal journey of how I made this video, the end piece is going to lose something. So I wanted to give you an opportunity to check it out first. But now, let's jump into the creation process, the journey I went on to make this piece. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Art a la Carte. For this YouTube Artist Collective, I had to travel far out of my comfort zone, not just physically, but also artistically. I went on a road trip down south to Northern California because I was in search for inspiration for the theme of this video, which was urban legends. If you guys have never had an opportunity to go down to the Redwoods, I highly recommend it. They are magical. But I wasn't there for magic. I was there for something real, something big, something legendary. But not this guy. No, I was not here for dinosaurs. But I was here for big feet. And maybe this could help me. A gift shop. Because, you know, gift shops are great. I was looking for something to inspire BigFoot. And here, this is not BigFoot. This is a Yeti, an abominable snow monster. Yeah, here, now we're talking. Sasquatch. Cute, mysterious hair, like actual BigFoot hair. Okay. I was on a journey to find any clue I could about BigFoot, even this very suspicious oil spot in the parking lot that was shaped like someone's big foot. I found all sorts of big feet, including the biggest foot I have ever seen on the West Coast. I don't know if you guys have ever gotten to see the Trees of Mystery in Northern California, but there is a ginormous Paul Bunyan that not only waves his hand, winks an eye, but he'll talk to you like the real you. I searched high and low through these woods, places that were filming locations for Star Wars, Jurassic Park, a lot of other movies. I'm pretty sure E.T. was filmed here as well. But anyway, I was looking for a sign of a Sasquatch, of BigFoot. Unfortunately, this was the only sign that I ever really found of BigFoot. But I did get a lot of inspiration. So when I came home, I decided I was going to make a BigFoot inspired piece, and it was going to have to be big. Now, my Copic color chart is about the size of my normal pieces. So you can see this piece that I have created is way bigger. It's an 11 by 17 cardstock to color. And I thought, oh, it'd only just take me a couple hours to color this piece. 3 days, ladies and gentlemen. This piece took me 3 days. Before I jump into the actual coloring process, I want to back this up into the actual line art because I get a lot of questions about my line art, what I use to ink it in. Do I use paper? Do I use ink? Most of the time for line art, I now produce it digitally. I use a software called Clip Studio Paint and my Wacom Cintiq tablet. If you want any more information, I have a whole playlist where I talk about drawing digitally, and I'll leave a link to that at the end of this video. So, needless to say, I did not record all 3 days of coloring because there is so much coloring. I really pushed myself to get in those really dark, deep values and contrasts. Plus, I wanted to use my colors to really take the viewer on a journey in looking at this piece. So before I get into those details, let me talk a little bit about the YouTube Artist Collective, because this piece is based on a theme that you guys chose out for us. The YouTube Artist Collective is a group of artists here on YouTube, and every few months you guys get to vote on a theme. And this month's winner was Urban Legends. So we were supposed to choose an urban legend that is based around where we live. There are not very many urban legends where I live. I had thought about some different ghost stories, but we're not quite to Halloween yet. So I thought, what's around here or close by here that I could use? And I thought, I'm going to do BigFoot. Because BigFoot is all along the Pacific Northwest, all the way mostly in like Washington and Canada, but it comes down in through Oregon, and then there's a pretty big population that they have had Bigfoot sightings in Northern California. So it was closest for me to drive down to Northern California to get some inspiration for this piece. So I really wanted to incorporate a lot of the inspiration I got from being in the forest, being surrounded by all the beautiful colors and different types of plants. It's just amazing. So after I decided that I wanted to do a piece based on Bigfoot, that's when I came to the realization that drawing something Bigfoot was really not my normal style. I mean, I'm fairies and mermaids and pretty princesses and things like this, and Bigfoot does not fit into that category. So I thought at first that maybe I would do like a fairy and her Bigfoot guardian. And then I thought I really want to push myself to create a Bigfoot piece. Now, if there's one thing about Bigfoot is he is excellent at hide and seek. He's probably the world champion of hide and seek. So I wanted this picture to have him in plain sight, but so absorbed into his environment that you don't see him at first. And that's what I'm really hoping comes across here. So in the piece, the background and Bigfoot himself are all very muted colors, very muted greens, blues, browns. Then the foreground is what I use to kind of hide Bigfoot. Even though once you see him, you see all of him, his whole shape is just intertwined with the woods and behind the leaves. I use such bright, vibrant colors to hopefully distract you from actually seeing Bigfoot right away. There are a few pretty tall-tailed signs, or should I say big signs or hints, one being his toes, which a lot of people noticed in some of the snippets that I posted on Instagram. They said, "Are those feet?" But as you look up, hopefully the animals that are hiding amongst the forest and Bigfoot himself will distract you from continuing your search. The other big hint is his eyes, which I wanted to be really bright and vibrant. So I matched them to the fall golden leaves that were kind of protruding around his head. One final thing that I used to distract the viewers was a focal point, which was going to be the flower that's in the center. I decided to go with the trillium because one of my favorite forest flowers. It's always like a special treasure when you're walking through the woods and you see a trillium. And also I've heard that if you pick a trillium, they never grow back. So I feel if Bigfoot was going to be protecting something in the forest, he would be protecting the trillium. So that is my submission for the Urban Legend YouTube Artist Collective piece. If you'd like to be part of the vote for the next YouTube Artist Collective, I'll leave a link to their Facebook page in the description box below. If you're visiting my channel for the first time, welcome. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. I try to post 3 videos each week, so you don't want to miss out on any of those. And if you're interested in taking your own Bigfoot coloring challenge, there's also a link in the description box below to my Etsy shop, where you can purchase the line art for this piece or even the original. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I would love to see your guys' submissions to the YouTube Artist Collective, so if you do, make sure to tag me in your photos if you post a video about it. Put a link in the comment section below so we can all look at it as well. So until next time, God bless you guys, thanks for hanging out with me, and we'll see you in our next art video. Bye-bye!